Hey, yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy Ed from Lisa Beach. You already know. And then back, we got the Floowander God, that boy Brian Mejia.
Self-proclaimed, nah.
What position did you get, bro?
I got 12th in the Houston Regional.
There was 450 plus people at that event.
Yeah, 450 plus.
This was your first regional ever.
Yeah, it was a nice experience. Some people didn't like the event, or how it was ran. Understandable, but I liked it. It was smooth for me.
Yeah.
I had fun, went with friends. It was a good time, you know?
Yeah.
It was a good time.
Yeah, man. So, Floowander, that's what you're playing?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go ahead and get into the deck profile. Before we continue with this video, make sure you guys check out my new sponsor, Dank Ritual Playmats. They have amazingly beautiful, high quality 2-player cloth mats, which come in various colors. You guys can also get 10% off with coupon code Ceviche10. Make sure you guys check them out. All right, man, what are we starting with?
So, obviously, standard 3
Robina,
3 Eaglin, and this is where I guess the spice comes in. I was running actually 3 street. This is not standard. It's usually 1, maybe 2 if you're trying to push it. But I've tried 3, and I always see this card with map. So it's basically full combo by that point. And then I ran 2 toucan. I was running 3 of this, but then I decided to take out 1 toucan and add in a second end pin, which it has been working out for me. It actually has been working out for me good. And the reason I don't run 3 of this and I run 3 of street is because street is still full combo with another bird. Well, yeah, if you mix with this one or this one, but this one's not.
Okay.
So that's the reason behind the 3 street.
Okay, cool.
And yeah, so for the
Floowandereeze
monsters, and then for my one-of, this searchable hand trap DDCO. Honestly, this card's more of like a win more card, cause if you go first, you set a full combo, and then for follow-up, you just search this. It's definitely a win more card, but sometimes it comes in clutch. If your opponent has only 1 play and you DD-crow them, it could come in clutch. So for sure. Yeah. And 1 barrier statue. This obviously just wins games by itself. This deck most of the time it's like protect statue. That's it. Yeah. That's how you usually win. But yeah. And then for the big birds, we won on Ryza, 1 Apex Avion, and 2 Evan. Obviously, Ryza's standard. He just does a lot to your opponent. You definitely always need an Omni Negate because you're scared of blowout cards. So this one's definitely, I would say it's standard. And the 2 Empen, I like 2 Empen because Empen combined with Unexplored Winds, it's like kind of just picks your opponent's board apart. So it's also good for follow-up, and if you're going against the mirror, if you have 2 Empen, you're at a big advantage.
Plus, when they out one, you just make another one.
Well, usually when people out it, you usually recycle it with toucan if it gets banished, or if it's on graveyard, you just straight banish it and then toucan add back. So you're never gonna, unless this card gets face down banished, then that's the only time.
Evenly matched.
Yeah, which actually has come up. Somebody evenly me, you had to put it down, but add the second Empen, so no big deal.
Chilling, yeah.
And then the best card in the deck that steals games is 3D Shifter.
I hate that card.
Oh yeah, this card is I don't know. This card is just like, not only does it skip your opponent's turn, but it just, when you use it, you just don't have to worry about Effect Veiler, Draw, Ghost Bill? No, Ghost Ogre. What other card? Yeah, those 3 are the ones that mainly worry me. But this just says no to them.
Yeah.
So it's so good. Next for the spells, we have the standard 3 map.
Okay.
God card. I mean, this and any bird name is, full combo. It's just so good. And 3 Floowandereeze Advent, aka cross out. Usually when your opponent imprims you, or imprime or effect veilers, or something that negates a monster, you just chain this, and then you just go plus. You basically dodge the interruption, and then you go get follow up, or you get something that you need. And plus, the game 500 time, the game 500
in time,
in time is just a bonus.
Yeah, that's just ridiculous.
I've used it for like 2 times, but it's just a neat bonus effect. Sometimes
It's a
you actually,
win-win.
sometimes you can
a
actually
win-win.
survive off of the 500. Yeah, if your opponent tries to OTK, because I had this one instance where my opponent was trying to OTK me, and he calculated 8,200, and then he thought it was game, but I was like, nah, I had 300, and then proceeded to come back.
He said I came
That
back.
was clutch. And then this is usually I like to play 2 unexplored winds. Not only is this like a card that interrupts your opponent, but it also fixes your hands too. Like let's say you draw like your multiple birds that you run, or you draw like the big birds. You know, you activate this and you shuffle the birds. Yeah, you shuffle them or put them to the bottom of the deck and you draw. So that a lot of times it breaks you. The only conflict this has is with Pot of Prosperity. If you draw a Pot of Prosperity with this, then it's pretty much dead. But that usually doesn't.
Yeah.
I haven't ran into that problem that often. But yeah.
How many cards is this?
40 card. You always want to see Shifter.
Okay.
Yeah, always want to see Shifter. And then for the pots, it's just 3 Prosperity and 3 Dualities.
Don't tell me you believe in mix matching the rarities so you can see them.
No, I just happened to
All right,
put whatever
Tomas.
pots I had and I just put it in the deck. Honestly, so the Prosperities have been a game changer. Ever since I got them from Alex, I've been winning with this deck because I did try to go the budget route and play Extravagance, but that was not working out.
That's not
just
it.
The fact that you could pot a Duality into Prosperity is just already big.
Yeah.
It's just so big, it breaks you so many times, and you couldn't do that with Extravagance because you would have to activate it in the first main phase. And if you're Prosperity into Extravagance, you wouldn't be able to activate it, so it would just be a dead card.
Imagine dualitying into a prosperity. Bruh.
Yeah, no. It's definitely the best combo. And then the one-ups is 1 book, 1 call by, 1 terraforming, 1 gold sark, and 1 dimensional fissure. This one, the times I use it is just to dodge either effect veiler, imperm, or sometimes my opponent just puts a 1 disruption. And you can just book a moon in and solve the problem.
I've been seeing people not play 3 of these anymore. Is that not the move anymore? Because at the beginning it was more of like play 3, you're winning.
It was definitely the move when
it first
Advent
came out,
wasn't
right?
out, when this one wasn't out. But once that Advent came out, this one I tried it, the 2 book, 3 book, but you would always end up breaking and drawing nothing but spells, and that's pretty bad. So I personally like to run more of the little bird names
And have a lot better ratios.
and have like a lot better ratio to get a bird name in the map than just book a moon and break. You know, this sometimes buys you a turn, but you're on top deck mode, so that's what I like the one.
And then another map.
Yeah, and then another map because you always want to see map.
always.
Yeah, and plus if you sign in Mystic Mind, this is a going second card too. So
Oh my
it
god,
baits
you
it out.
side in Mystic Mind?
yeah, we'll talk about that later.
Cancerous.
And the call by, the call by is clutch, but sometimes it kind of conflicts with Shifter because if you Shifter, call by's pretty much dead. But it can be a disruption. Once Shifter is over, it can be a disruption. But whenever you do Robina and they Ash, call by is satisfying.
Yeah.
And then the Gold Sark, basically another starter. Any bird name, and Gold Sark is a full combo. And then the Dimensional Fissure. This card is interesting. I like it in the main because it's like just pseudo call by the grave because I don't have to worry about a ghost ogre, like I said, draw and effect veiler. So that's pretty good. And on top of that, when I'm cracking the board, if they have DPE, they have to hit this. Or else, if they don't hit this, then DP's I proceed to break a board, and then DP's just gonna get banished. So most of the time, it either baits it out, or when you Dark Ruler no more, and then activate this, you're pretty much solid at that point.
Cool.
So yeah, those are my moves. And trap. Obviously, you gotta play this to play to your opponent's turn.
And this is your 40th card.
Yes, this is my 40th card.
It's searchable,
it's mandatory.
settable,
It's searchable, it's settable, it's recyclable, it's a Book of Moon. It's a lot.
So you do play 2 Book of Moons.
Yeah, secretly. But yeah, that's it for the main deck. 40 card.
40
pretty
card
clean.
main deck.
You always want to see Shifter, like I said.
Super consistent.
Yeah, it's just.
Let's see what that side deck's looking like.
So side is my break board cards. It's 3 Dark Ruler and 3 evenly. So usually when decks run the Rave Engine, usually Dark Ruler and evenly is pretty
enough,
nice.
yeah.
Pretty nice. And then if you have full engine, then you just proceed to establish your board, crack your board, and you just go yeah, that's pretty much a wrap from there.
Yeah.
Also, I do like these. These are powerful cards because most of the time your opponent is not gonna ash your prosperity or your duality. So you know, like if you activate duality and then they let it go, they have like a full board, and you shoot Dark Ruler no more, then they start getting scared. You know, because you know it's obviously gonna be slapped down. So that's why I like these cards.
Yeah.
I like going second cards. Also back row, yeah, this just gets rid of back row, and I would say that's the
Is it a
hardest
struggle?
That's the next weakness is just floodgates. Floodgates or if you break. That's like the only time the deck.
It's like they're gonna leave you one like really bad against you.
Yes, definitely.
Like it hurts you a lot.
It hurts a lot. It actually wastes a whole turn. Like you could out it with the engine, but you have to waste a whole turn to try to out it.
Yeah.
So you'll see. Yeah, that's why I side deck a lot of back row hate.
Awesome.
Then we got 3 twin twisters.
Oh my god.
Like I said, back row is
back
an
row,
issue.
back row.
And now that Banshee.
Hey,
Banshee's
pulling
a
a Michael
card.
to mess on us, bro, where he has one of each rarity.
Now that Banshee's a card or like that's roaming around, Zombie World is just sometimes
Zombie
it's too
World
much.
is
So
strong.
you need to have back row hate in order to win those matches. Plus, like I said, your weakness is floodgates, so 3 twin works pretty good. You're going first card. Sometimes this could actually backfire on you if you draw too many and you don't draw no engine.
I've seen that
This could just be a
happen.
break. Yeah, it happens.
I've seen that happen.
Yeah, it happens more often than I would like it to, but. You know, like if you establish a full board and then you flip this, it's pretty much a wrap.
Yeah.
And plus on the mirror, you know, you flip this, wrap.
Wrap.
So it's pretty
Ain't
good.
doing nothing.
And then my one-ups is Barrier, Mystic Mine, and Harpies.
So a second barrier?
Yeah, so second barrier, the reason I side this in is because if I know I'm going first, most likely the chances of my opponent side decking Dark Ruler No More is pretty high. So I let them Dark Ruler No More, Resolution, activate Trap, summon my
statue.
whatever, yeah, my bird, take out search the second one with Robina, and proceed to
Set it up.
yeah, summon the second Empen, and then it's the same thing. So now like they thought they were safe, but
They
have
thought.
to do the second one. Yeah.
They thought.
And then Mystic Mine sometimes just steal games. You know, like if they don't have an out and they just
Yeah, of course.
if you don't have an out, you bait everything.
People
you
that are
activate
playing
it.
Conquistador.
You activate it. That's pretty much a wrap if you don't have an out. I have cracked boards with this card, just waiting for like to get the board breaking cards, and then just proceed to take the control
dub,
game.
yeah.
But yeah, and then Harpies.
More
I
backward
always
mobile.
I always usually side this going second. Sometimes I like twin more to play around anti-spell or actually the mirror match too, because the trap can only be activated on main phase. Or it's also good against pranks because you know the pandemonium can only be on main phase. No, twin twister is very versatile. That's why I like it a lot.
Yeah.
But Harpies, you know, it's just a big blowout. Like if your opponent sits like 3 back row, then Harpies is just a blowout card. So that's it for the side deck. And for the extra deck, I play the relevant cards. I play the Christmas package. That's what they usually like to call it. This actually did come up once in my. It actually came up in my 3rd round, I believe. I played against the Invoke player. He went first. He didn't know I was playing Floowandereeze. He activated Maximus. I proceed to send this and this, and I basically plussed, and then I got an Omni negate, and yeah, he was pretty like upset about it, but I was like, hey
man,
it's
play a better deck.
So, it's free. It's free. So yeah, and then we got the 2 instances, just like I said, Maximus targets.
Yeah.
And then I play this. Honestly, I just play it just because I like how it looks. I mean, you never go into your extra deck, but I just like how it looks. Relinquish Anima.
It can happen.
It can happen,
Yeah.
but like, if you're in that situation where like you're actually like linking for this, you're
You
pretty
might
much
be
losing.
behind,
Yeah,
yeah,
you might be
you're
behind.
behind.
So yeah. And then the Zeus and the Downerd. This hasn't. Oh yeah. And then this one. This hasn't come up yet. It almost did, but
In theory, it works.
in theory, yeah, you might as well play it because you got nothing else to play.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and I don't play Cherry, so it doesn't really matter. And then these are just there just when I do Prosperity, so I don't have to think, and I just manage these automatically. So
He said non-thinking cards.
yeah. Just,
So those are 5.
Yeah, they're 5. Most of the time, this one, like I said, like that one usually gets banished because
These are your 6 cards.
Yeah, these are the 6 cards I usually just banish Pot of Prosperity if I don't want to think about it. And just
Awesome. Well, that is your whole deck. Is there anything else you want to say? Any shout outs?
Shout out to Omega Gaming for having like the most competitive scene, I feel like, in Houston. And also shout out to Elisa Beach, man. My boy's doing his thing. Yeah, man, I've been seeing a lot of success with this deck, but honestly, it was seeing a lot of success before Destiny came out, but that Nanker, like I said, that Nanker Benchy is like really a big problem for this deck. So I might have to start running Ashes and Imperm in the main deck. So I'm gonna be testing that out because Shifter right now is like, I feel like it's not enough right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, those are the only changes I'm gonna make to the deck.
Cool.
And then hopefully I see success with it.
All right. Well, appreciate the video, baby.
Yeah. No problem. Well, no.
So if you had to choose this deck or Grand Module, what would you choose?
Well, obviously this, but that's because it's giving me wins. The Grand Module was cool, but this format, it got power crept, so I can't play it.
It's not like you can play.
I tried it online, but
What about with only one pot?
yeah, that's not fun.
That's what I'm saying. But like, that's what I'm like. Why play it? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Why play what?
why play the Grand Module deck with only one pot? So it makes sense that you dropped it. You know?
I mean,
Bro.
but yeah, that too. I mean, that was like the icing on the cake. Like I was like, oh yeah. But honestly, like the deck is just full of sacks. Like, but this format, like even if you crack a board, the follow up in this format is too strong. Too strong to like try to one hit kill you. So it's not working out.
So who is your favorite monster out of all of these?
The birds?
Yeah.
This one. not even the bird.
That's wild. Favorite monster in the bird deck is this deck. Is this card? That's wild.
Honorable bird.
It's the honorable mention for the bird deck. Wrong place. That's wild. So, you ended up playing, what was it, 9 rounds?
Yeah.
Okay, out of 9 rounds, how did you feel, man? Like, how were your matches?
To be honest, it wasn't what I expected. I expected a lot of.
That was your first regionals, huh?
Yeah, that was my first region. I
Oh.
expected a lot of Branded, Prank Kid, and Sword Soul. What I saw was Invoked, for 2 rounds. Invoked, and then Pure Tri Brigade, which I didn't expect that. That's all I remember for like the non-meta-ish decks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then for the rest.
Oh, you also played Infernoble?
Which one?
Infernoble.
Oh, yeah.
You played
I forgot
Rich?
about that, man, yeah.
You played the boy
Infernoble,
Rich?
I lost.
The Infernoble God.
I bricked, and that's the only time this deck used to lose just off breaking. That's the only time he lose.
It was the Infernoble God versus the Floowander God, bro. But
Rich took it.
for your first regionals, man, tell me a little bit about it, man. Did you like it? I mean, I understand that the event itself was kind of a hassle. It was kind of a show.
For my first regional, I thought it was fine, but that's because I got there early, so I didn't have to worry about nothing. But
yeah,
the way it was organized, I guess a lot of people complained, but I didn't have anything to complain about. I mean, sure, we started late, but it didn't really matter.
You know. So like before the actual regional happened, I told Rolo, his regional is gonna start late. Watch, and he was like, nah, and I was like, watch. And then we started 2 hours and 30 minutes later, which is what the crazy thing is, right?
Yeah.
I think the event itself was, poorly ran, but it was still a fun regionals.
Yeah, I had fun.
Like, dude, it's all about just going, playing, meeting new people, having fun, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like in regional, I felt like everybody, like from like locals, like everybody was like looking out for each other, like, oh, how are you doing? How are you doing? And like you were excited, like, well, when you got it, yeah, you got it, and then it was fun. Yeah, it was fun. It was definitely. I feel like it brought the local community together.
Yeah.
Instead of just trying to take each other on, everybody just came together.